Welcome to our second episode in the YouTube series Be a Maker. Today we will actually be making paper planes and we will be flying them. We will also add weights to find out whether the plane goes farther with weights or it falls down before. So join us for this exciting activity, make and fly paper planes. What you actually need is a paper to note down your observations. You need another paper to actually make your plane. It can be plain paper, printed paper, or even colored paper. You need tape, can be masking or plain tape. You need coins to add as weight, and you need a scale for a very interesting reason, and I will tell you why. Alright, let's get started. Take your paper, keep it like this, longer side towards you, and start by folding into half. So make sure the corners match and the entire edge matches. And while you're doing that, be careful that you have not pressed the edge here, because paper, the thing about paper is that it remembers every fold that you make. When you're done matching the two, you walk your fingers back and you press it with your thumb, so you make the fold. Now if I open, I'll show you that the fold is there, but it's not as sharp as we like it to be. And that's where the ruler comes in. Now after I made this fold, I'm going to press the side of the ruler on the paper and run it through once. And that is going to make a very sharp fold, as you can see. Once I do that, I set it open again, and then I take this corner, the left corner, and I fold it over to the center. Now if you notice, I'm leaving just a little bit of gap. So this is the line here, but I'm leaving just a little bit of gap. This is so that the paper, when I fold over on the other side, it does not overlap, it does not become, thick and bulky there. So you leave just a little bit of space, and then you fold like this, and once you're sure of this being a straight line, you walk your fingers back and you make that fold crisp with the ruler. Alright, now we'll do the same thing on the other side. When you're making planes, always remember what you want is symmetry. Everything that you do on the left side, you want to do exactly the same on the right side. Alright, now an additional thing when you're folding this side is you want both of these to be at the same line, kind of like this. Okay, so once you're sure of that, walk your fingers back. So if you see here, there will be a little bit of gap, and that's okay. So make this fold also crisp. Now we're going to take this corner and fold that towards the center. That is the second step. Now when you're doing this, you may observe that the inner fold starts kind of slipping out. You want to have that not happen. So you want to keep your fingers in there and then fold, which kind of makes it like that. And now you will see you will be closer to a point. Once you're sure of the positioning, then you make the fold. Pass the scale over it, it becomes sharp again. You're going to do this for every fold. Alright, if you do it for every fold, the plane is going to be nice and strong. So here again, you want to match this and this as close as you can. Alright, as close as you can. If this is the first time you're making a paper plane of this type, it may or may not come out right, and that is perfectly fine. Alright, we want to try and try again till we get a paper plane that flies just right. So now at this point, what we're going to do, we're going to turn it over. Now when you turn it over, you still see the center line, but you don't see any of the other folds that we made. We're going to fold it on this side. Okay. Then we're going to take this corner and fold it into this line. And that will be our last fold for this side. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. And that will finish up our dart type of paper plane. This is called a dart type of paper plane. Some of you may have already seen this in our Sunday STEM sessions. We may have already done this together, but it's always fun to try it with a different material. So if you've already made it once before in an A4 material, A4 paper, Why don't you try card paper? Do you think that will fly better? Why don't you try a newspaper? Do you think that will fly better? Which one? Right? And once you fold it again, run your scale over it. And now, if you open it up on the inside, you will see this. So many folds on the outside. You will apply it. I would like you to take a look at this particular table. Make a copy for yourself. Draw a nice big table with 4 columns, 3 rows. Write down plane. The type of the plane comes here. 3 times we're going to try flying each plane, one plane without weights and one plane with weights. And we're going to count the number of steps it takes for us to reach the plane after we fly it. I'm going to show you how to do that. But go ahead and make this table as I've shown it to you right now. So now that we've made our plane, let's actually fly it and test it out. So I want you to find a place in your house where you can walk across to the plane once you've thrown it without any obstacles in the middle. So if there's like furniture that you can move it, or you can find a long corridor, or like I have found one end to the other end of the hall. So let me show you how to throw it and let's get started. So stand here at one end of the room, hold the plane up near your ear, pointed end in front and throw. So now it's going to land somewhere, right? I want you to walk while counting your steps to the plane. Walk with normal steps, don't walk with too big or too small steps, alright? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it took me 8 steps to get to my plane once I threw it. I'm going to do this 2 more times. Between 7 and 8 number of steps to get to the plane. If you want to be more accurate, you're always welcome to get a measuring tape or use your ruler to find the actual distance that the plane traveled when you threw it. Now let's go ahead, add weights and then come back and do the same thing. Let's add a weight. These are my weights. Alright, you can add as many as you want. You can add them wherever you want. You can add them equally on the wing here if that's what you want to do. You can add them towards the tail end if that's what you want to do. What I am going to do is I'm going to take a nice long piece of tape here. I'm going to tape it to the center around this much from the front. Now I don't want to tape it like this because that's the part that folds in. So on one side I'm just going to tape it nice and strong. Okay, so this is like a passenger on your plane now. You do not want the passenger to fall off when the plane's flying, do you? So let's do that. And I have this the coin kind of peeking out a little bit, but that's perfectly fine. And now my plane with the weight is ready. So here I am back. The weight has been added to the plane, and then we're going to throw it 3 more times to fill up the bottom row in our paper that you remember has the table. How far did it go? So once again do the same thing. Stand in the same place, throw it in the same way and go counting in the same way. So this time it was 8. So it may happen that when you're throwing, it hits the wall. So in that case, your reading is not exactly correct, right? So if you had a bigger room, maybe the plane would have gone farther. That is something that you want to keep in mind and maybe change up where you're throwing it and count the number of steps. So now let us know in the comments below, when you added the weight on the paper plane, did it go farther or not? I hope you had a good time watching this video and making along. Do share whatever you have made in the comment section below. Link us to your makes or do share it on our Facebook page at Tinkerama BLR. And stay tuned, we will have a new activity coming next week. Thank you so much. Bye bye.